Hello twin flames, thank you for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know, and if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. So I'm really excited because today it's a brand new week and I've had lots of recommendation and people asking me to do readings for twins in union. You know, people have been saying, please, I recommend that you do this. Please do this for me. And, I'm like, wow, there's actually people out there wanting this because sometimes, especially as a reader, we feel that, when you come into union, you may not need as much guidance or support, but I'm a twin in union and I need guidance and support. And that's one of the reasons that I put on the daily angel messages, everyday guidance about our day. So, if you do come into union, or if you feel that you need a break from the twin flame readings, you've got something else to watch here. The daily angel messages are from heaven and they're designed for everyone. So if you feel that, you want to break from the daily twin readings or they're not resonating because you're in union, or you feel you need to just watch something else or you want to change, there's plenty of other videos you can watch here. And that's why we're building a community. So this isn't about kind of coming into union and like walking away. It's about sharing your journey with us and being here because we are a family and that's what it's all about. And when you guys are telling me I'm in union or I'm close to union or I feel it coming or my twins contacted me after a long time or wow, it finally happened, he told me how he felt, my heart kind of jumps with joy for you because that's my mission and that's why I'm here. So, always keep me posted, whether you email me or, you put comments in the comment section, keep me posted because it just warms my heart to know that the angel guidance is really helping you and moving you where you're meant to be. And if you remember, check out today's daily reading because it's all about leaving your legacy and moving towards where you're meant to be as a strong, powerful, divine feminine. So I'm going to use some exciting cards today. I've bought myself 2 brand new decks, which I love. And a big shout out to one of our soul sisters for bringing this deck to my attention, the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. And the thing I love about this is, and this is a brand new deck, this is also come with this. Okay, this is like a spread. And this is the Spirit of the Animals 9-card Power Animal spread. And I haven't had a proper look at this yet, but I feel I'm going to be doing this as a little extra video over the next few days, okay, to resonate with whatever you're going through, whether it be your twin flame journey or something with work, career, finances, home life. So I'm going to be doing this separately, so check this out. I may even do this today if I get time. I'm going to bring in Sandra's cards, the Divine Feminine Transformation Affirmations. And I'm really feeling the vibe of this. So last night for members, I actually shared a post and we were doing some I Am affirmations together. And the angels are guiding me to also create a deck of romance cards. So I'm going to do that very soon. So I've got so many ideas right now to bring in decks of cards. It's just finding the time. And maybe you're thinking the same thing. You'd like to create a deck of cards or something, or write a book, or you're being guided to do something. And the angel's saying, don't put off till tomorrow what you can plan and create today. So this is also about, this new month of January. We're nearly in February. Moving us into power. Remember, it's about being a light worker. If you watch the 2021 overview, that was what January was all about, being a light worker, working on your mission. And it's so powerful because the weekly reading I recorded yesterday, Archangel Michael said to all of us, we are now working on life purpose. And your life purpose is here now. That means everything you're learning, growing, understanding on your journey is part of your life purpose. So you may think, what is your life purpose? It may be the thing you're being called to do, but you're actually living it now. Learning to be strong, being powerful. Why? Because you are a warrior of light. So we're going to use this deck too. We're also going to use this beautiful Animal Wisdom.Tarot deck. So I'm really excited. I've bought myself this one and I've got one for George too. So we're going to be using this on our channel. So let's see what we need to know. Now, before I shuffle the cards, because every day I'm shuffling, the message coming through intuitively today is to remember that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Now, there's a book out there by John Gray, I think it's by, called that. And it's about how as a man, men are brought up differently, and, you know, to believe certain things, and, you know, they have certain ways and they're plugged into the 3D reality, and women are more nurturing, loving and kind. You know, it's just kind of the way it is. So, you know, and obviously men are the same. I'm not, you know, putting them into a box there. But this is the energy of the masculine and feminine. It helps you to understand. And that's why I'm doing the, you know, the DM series right now about how to understand and get in their mind, because their mind works differently than the divine feminine. So your masculine could be a man or a woman. Okay, as a feminine, you can be a man or a woman. So don't let anything stereotype anything. You know, you don't have to be, you know, a woman to be a divine feminine. You certainly don't have to be a man to be a divine masculine. So this is about knowing, you know, your energy. And when you're coming into union, you align with both energies anyway, because when you're in union, you are predominantly balanced. So, you know, you're operating through both energies. That's why I find it so easy to be able to channel the masculine energy, because some days they throw me into it full force and I feel it, you know, and it can also affect my connection with George when they throw me into that, because I feel how the masculines feel, and it's very intense and sometimes scary, and it can even feel risky, you know, to have your heart on show. So the angels make me feel everything. So this is about knowing that men are from, or masculines are from Mars, and women, feminines, are from Venus, which means Martians and Venetians don't speak to each other very well. Okay, they can't understand each other's language. So sometimes your masculine will do something that triggers you, and you can't understand why they've done that, or, you know, why they've hurt you in that way, or how they have to process it that way. So you struggle to understand the way that a Venetian or someone from Venus wouldn't really understand what a Martian is doing. So this is about understanding that we're all different. You know, we're all one and we're all energy. And you and your masculine are connected by a bond of love, a soul bond. You're together forever. It's eternal. But when you come into the earth environment with an ego, it creates triggers. But what triggers you is healing you. And you are bigger than any trigger. So before reacting to anything they do or even don't do, instead take a moment to go within, so you respond instead with love. So whatever they are doing right now, see through the eyes of compassion and try and understand that, you know, if you are a feminine, you are seeing it through Venetian eyes, which means you're seeing it as someone from Venus, and they were Martian, and it doesn't really make sense. So you're not always going to understand what they are doing from a logical perspective. So you have to see this through the eyes of love, because you can't really put a clock on anything, expectation on anything. You have to be flexible and adaptable and look at things with your heart, you know, with your irrational mind, not your rational mind, you know, without logic. So you move from logic into love. And when you do that, and you realise what the masculines do will not make logical sense to you, then you have to, you know, kind of breathe and take a moment and say, okay, I've got this because heaven has got me. So I'm going to start trying to think outside the box to look at this differently, and it will start to make sense. It will unfold, and then you understand their language. So this is about understanding that, because the masculine can be very solution orientated. You know, very in the head, thinking about things, trying to work things out, put things into place. So they go within to do that. A lot like, you know, when they shut down and have to go in the cave, and that's a very manly thing, a masculine trait. No matter whether you're masculine as a man or a woman, you see. So you have to try and kind of grasp that fact. It took me a long time to grasp that, because I couldn't understand why, you know, people couldn't get things the way I get things. But not everyone is going to understand you anyway. You know, that's not your job. It's your job to live in the light and show the way and be of the light and be who you're truly meant to be. And then people will understand in time. The right people will come to you. It's about trying to make someone wake up before they're ready. You know, and I remember back on my journey, you know, if someone was telling me something and I wasn't ready to understand it, they might as well have been, you know, speaking another language to me. And that's what happens with the feminine and the masculine. And, I read that book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, a long time ago. But it just popped in my mind this morning because the angels are guiding me to get that across. So it's very important that we realise that we are kind of in different wavelengths or, different kind of energies. Because the feminine operates a lot of the time in high vibration. And the masculine operates in this lower vibration. And sometimes you're in and out of energy by the way you feel. By the way you feel when the darkness comes in. So, if you are new to the journey, I know I've had a few new people coming in as well, or it doesn't matter if you've been on the journey for 20, 30 years, you understand this, that the masculine doesn't need to be a man and the feminine doesn't need to be a woman. Okay, that's just stereotyping. This is why we have same-sex relationships and, the dynamics can be different. And someone asked me as well why I'm no longer doing the same-sex readings, because when I first started the channel, I was doing separate readings, but the angels are saying the energy is so powerful right now because with the twin flames coming into union between 2020 last year and 2024 to come, everything's speeding up. So everything's interlinking. So it doesn't matter, if you are in a same-sex connection or, a straight connection. It's all the same energy. So take what resonates with your journey and leave what doesn't. The angels are always saying to you, it's you that matter, your intuition, the way the cards speak to you, the way the message speaks to you, the way you are receiving information. They're kind of like ingredients that make everything work. It's a lot like when you're manifesting and creating and you're setting all your intentions, which is the asking, you're putting all the ingredients in the mixing bowl. The outcome of what you want is like a baked cake. But to bake that cake, you have to go through a process. So to come into union, you have to go through a process. So the asking, the intention is when you're putting all the ingredients in. And that's all the love, the compassion, the kindness, all these things, and asking for what you want. And being very clear with the universe about that. And using affirmations that bring in power. Like I am in a wonderful, loving relationship. I have faith in my dreams. I am strong. I am capable. I am ready. I am everything I need to be. Everything in my life is working out perfectly and I am safe. So these are the ingredients you're putting in to your cake mix or your intention for union or whatever you want. And then you have to obviously get the oven warm so things heat up. Things, start moving forward, you can feel it. And then you put the cake mix with all the ingredients in the oven. And that's when you believe that the oven is going to bake that cake perfectly. That everything will be okay, that you don't have to keep opening the door and pulling it out to check on it. Because you're just doing it damage. And it's not going to rise properly like you're baking a loaf of bread. It won't rise properly. So you have to believe with unwavering faith that your mission, your journey, the legacy you are leaving, that everything is being created in the higher realms because, the universe has got your back and loves you beyond measure. So you have to believe and trust. And this is where it gets difficult because as a human being, we have an ego. But we are a spiritual being having that human experience. So it's about trusting. And this is where you find your faith. And what I found on my journey was the moments where I wanted to give up, the moments where I felt I couldn't go on, where I was on the floor in pain, was the moments I found my faith, because that's when Archangel Michael came to me and said, get up, soldier, get up, warrior, you've got this and I've got you. This is when the angels say to you, you are bigger than any trigger. You can overcome this challenge, it's worth it. If you didn't think this love was worth it, you wouldn't be watching this video. If you didn't want a relationship or union or, to live your life with your twin flame, you would not be watching this video. Even if you think I'm just watching this and then I'm going away, okay? Something in you is calling you to listen, to have faith, to listen to your heart, to trust your path, to know your worth, to know who you are. And that's why you've been guided here. So the angels are reminding you that the believing is when you let go of the doubt and you start to have faith. And when you have faith, even a small amount, you can move a mountain. and you get powerful. So the time that it takes to come, the separation period is the preparation period. You're being separated because you're being healed, and separation heals. So during those moments where you're not together, even if you're in communication, it's a time for you to rejuvenate, to recharge, to replenish, to get your energy back, your strength back, especially if you've been depleted, giving it all away. So it's time for you. It's time for you to find out who you are, to find out what your mission is, and you're living it now. To ask yourself, what lights me up inside? Who am I? Where do I want to go with my life? What do I want to do with my life? Because it's not just about a relationship or being in union. They're giving me a little bit of fear there. It's about you too, and the reason you've been born, because you are a creator and you are a manifester, and you are powerful and strong, a strong, powerful, divine feminine, or a strong, powerful, divine masculine. So you have to remember that that's the preparation period when you are believing. You ask for it, you believe, and then you receive. That's when you open the oven, when it's been cooked for the right amount of time and your cake is ready. And you can sit down and enjoy it and feel the sweetness of it and taste it and experience it in a physical way, which is what union is. So after you come into union, there's more. It's not just all about coming into union. It's about, well, what happens then? Where do we go from there? Where do we go from here? There's a song that they're reminding me of in Buffy. Okay, Buffy is one of my favourite ever all-time shows. You know, Buffy and Angel. And, you know, Buffy's a strong, powerful, badass, divine feminine. And it's really powerful because there's an episode, it's my favourite episode actually, called Once More with Feeling. And it's a musical episode. And, you know, there's all singing and dancing in it. And it's really powerful. And right at the end there's a song and it says, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? And that's kind of the energy that's coming through. You know, when people are saying to me, please can you do a reading for when we're in union? Where do we go from here? And that's what, you know, the angel is saying to you. It doesn't just stop, then you continue. You're still growing, learning and evolving, because in this school of life, we're always evolving. Otherwise, there's no point being here. You know, when we decide we don't want to grow anymore and we've had enough, that's when we decide and we make a choice to move back to where we come from. You know, because we are of the world, but we are not of the world, because we are, you know, we are source. So the angels are reminding you that, you know, you have the power to create your dreams. Give yourself credit for who you are, because you are manifesting. You are powerful. You are strong, and don't let anyone tell you differently. So let's do this then. So we're going to do the energies then for the feminine, the masculine, the journey. So thank you, angels. What's going on today, please, with the divine feminine? I feel those are the cards there. For the divine masculines, what do we need to know for the divine masculines? These cards are nearly as big as me. Okay, I've got some decks like that. And for the journey, well, I thought that one was coming out then. What do we need to know for the journey today? See how it's a bit slower today when I'm shuffling. So feels like, you know, things may feel a bit slow today, but it's so that things can speed up. You know, sometimes we take a step back to take 2 steps forward. What do we need to know for the divine feminines? Thank you, angels. There we go. What do we need to know for the divine masculines today? Wow, and for this amazing journey, because it is an amazing journey. Even when it's painful, it's powerful. You are being prepared for union. You're being prepared for your future. What do we need to know for the feminines? Thank you, angels. I've got a wolf there, wow. And for the masculines, I'm really excited about this deck. And for the journey, thank you. Wow, and that one too. I'm excited. So we're going to start with the masculines. So the energy then around the masculines today, look at this. Wow, we've got the dragon, and this is supernatural. So the supernatural energy around the divine masculine, that means first of all that the dragon is removing obstacles for that, making the way, clearing the way. So things are being cleared out of the way so the masculines can see clearly and make a clear path to you. And the supernatural is all the aspects of everything. You know, the way that they start to see things, the signs they see, they start feeling it on a very spiritual, deep level. Their body starts shifting and changing, so they go through ascension. And that's when you feel them physically, because you feel what they are going through physically, because what you feel is always real. So there's a real supernatural aspect to this journey coming through. And this is another reason why you're always connected. The blocking throat chakra. So things need to be said. You know, things need to be cleared away so the truth can come out. And this is why sometimes you don't understand what they're on about or why they're doing the things they do, because they're processing internally and they have to work it out, whereas feminines process it externally, which means the masculines hide it all in and kind of shove it down, and the feminines talk it out or express it, whether that be to people on the channel, you know, things you write down into your journal, speaking to friends, family, even though they don't sometimes understand, you express it. The masculines force it down. Why? Because, you know, that's kind of the programming that they've had. It's weak to talk about feelings, that they shouldn't talk about their feelings and all these things. And, you know, it's about society and what society says and does. So they kind of get programmed into things, and they have to move away from that programming and work through that. It's all the ego. So the angels say, you are the ancient wise sage. So your masculine is a wise sage. Your masculine is an old soul. Your masculine is wise. You know, you may think, my masculine is so silly, he won't wake up. Okay, he doesn't understand, he doesn't get it. I've told him 100 times, why can't he see? Well, you have to start believing and trusting in the power of your twin, because your masculine is a wise, ancient sage, an old soul, the other half of you. So your masculine does know, but right now he may not remember who he is or not remember fully why he was born. He knows he was born to be with you in his soul, in his gut, in his feelings, in his emotions, but his ego is in the way. So you have to trust he will find his way. That's why the masculines say constantly, trust me, I will find my way, because he is an ancient wise sage. And a sage is somebody who's an inspirer, a leader, a muse. You know, a sage is like Yoda, you know, or Rumi, you know, or anyone that you kind of look at with power. So your masculine is powerful. Wow. It says you can shape shift at will. And your masculine tends to do this shape shift. So automatically you think about the sci-fi stuff, you know, like shapeshifters and things like that. But this is about the way they shift and change in their life. They change form, they change shape, and they will change and manifest who they are. So this is about them starting off very innocent, you know, and then kind of being in all this kind of like echoey fear that kind of echoes out, and then they transform into the divine masculine, the emperor. So it's like moving from the page into the knight, into the king, into the emperor, because the emperor is the divine masculine in their truest form. So this is about the shift they go through. So I'm feeling this is about their transformation, shape-shifting at will. And that's also about how they put barriers up. You know, one minute they can be very loving towards you and kind and caring and wanting you. And then the next minute it's like they've transformed into someone else, becoming cold, indifferent, full of fear. So they shape-shift at will. But they do this to protect their heart. Mastery is your destiny. Now, I absolutely love that, because that's the truth. Mastery is your destiny. So the masculines mastering who they are, mastering their self is their destiny. And they have to master their ego, their programming, and let go of false beliefs. Rise with dignity. So they need to rise up and speak their truth. They need to rise up and learn to respect themselves and you and this journey. So they are learning who they are, rising up with truth, authenticity and dignity to remember who they are. I forgive everyone because forgiveness heals. What a beautiful message. I forgive everyone because forgiveness heals. And this is even more powerful because in today's daily angel message, and that's why it's so powerful to also watch the daily angel messages. You know, they're only 2, 3, 4 minutes long. You know, it's only 2, 3, 4 minutes out of your day to understand what they are going through too, because it's a daily angel message for everyone. And this is what it was talking about today. You know, the message was about forgiving your enemies or blessing your enemies because everything heals. And your masculine is saying, I am forgiving everyone because forgiveness heals. So your masculine is learning to forgive themselves. And that's the most important thing, because they hold on to all of this pain and guilt and all of this worry about how they've hurt you, deceived you, and caused you pain. And wow, we've got the leopard, the nurturer of branches. This is beautiful. And leopards can seem like shapeshifters, because some people say leopards never change their spots, but the masculines transform into who they're meant to be. And I love this deck because look at this on the back here. It's like mirrored energy. And the mirroring we were speaking about yesterday, and the mirror is actually in today's daily members message. So this is also about you mirroring each other's energy and realizing that right now it may seem like your masculine doesn't care or is indifferent or quiet, just kind of sitting there, but they are actually nurturing themselves because they are learning to forgive, to let go, to kind of transform and to understand. So it's really important that you understand to give them the time they need, which will heal. Really beautiful. For the feminine then, wow, we've got the Coyote, revealer of truth. Look how powerful this Coyote is, the revealer of truth. And it says, don't take things too seriously. So divine feminines, stop taking it personally. Don't take this journey so seriously. It's meant to be enjoyed. It's not about the destination. You know, the cake coming out of the oven. It's about enjoying the time it's taking to bake. So it's about you kind of enjoying and reveling in this and loving everything and enjoying who you are and what you're learning. And the Coyote, they're very similar to the wolf, you know, when I'm tapping in with the energy, because the wolf is about higher consciousness. You know, if I just looked at that picture, I would see there as a wolf. So this is about your higher consciousness, tuning in, listening to spirit, listening to angels, your intuition, trusting yourself and not taking things too seriously. It says more time to play, or make time to play, but more time to play. So what the angels are saying is, when you stop taking things so seriously, you have more time to play. You know, you have more time to play, and play is enjoyment, fun, bliss, happiness. Enjoying life, enchantment like a child, excitement. Make time to play. So make time today to enjoy your day, to feel good, to raise your vibration, to work on self. And more time to play means when you stop taking it all so seriously, it gets lighter. You know, especially when you're together. When you're together and you're spending time together, whether it be online, over the phone, you know, physically in the 3D realm, or even in the 5D or dreams, don't pressure anything. Just let it be. You know, we tend to do that. You know, everything, when we meet up in person, we have a conversation, everything's okay for a moment, and then the ego comes in and starts putting niggles in, where we bring up something that's happened in the past, a little bit of blame may go in there, or we start going on about the future, putting pressure down, you know, wanting to make plans, wanting to get things done, and we start forcing it without realising. So the angels are saying, just be in the now, enjoy each moment, and breathe, and trust that all is well. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. So laugh at yourself. Laugh at the journey. Sometimes it can be too serious. You know, laugh at the way things are, and just think, it's all amazing. You know, it's hilarious really how we blow things out of proportion. And when you laugh at life and you laugh at your journey and yourself, things get easier. You know, sometimes I'll say something, you know, if I'm having a conversation with George or I'm doing something in my life, and I think, that's just so funny. You know, why am I even behaving that way or doing that thing that way? Why? And you have to learn to smile at life, because when you smile, life smiles with you. So smile and trust and be happy and be empowered today. It says, look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Now, the traps and the tricks of life are what the ego creates. The fear, the doubt, the illusion. And when you notice yourself tripping up on that, you can master it. Because mastering your emotion is your power. And learn from them, because there's no mistakes on this journey, just lessons that lead to blessings. So, you know, if you've done that before, say if you've pressured everything and your masculines run away, and then you have the opportunity again, and you pressure it again, it happens again, you'll know for next time not to. So instead, take a step back, relax and breathe. Learn to trust, learn to have faith. Most importantly on this journey, we learn to trust in the love. And look what we've got here. The symbol of the divine feminine, the deer, and we've got love. And that's beautiful because the stag is the divine masculine and the deer is the divine feminine. And the deer is a symbol of kindness, love, compassion, understanding, unconditional love and power. And the message says, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. So the only thing that's going to heal this connection is when you give it to heaven and you feel the power of love. So you can feel the pain or you can feel the power. You can feel the struggle or you can feel the love. And you can feel at peace and be in the now. What is better? It's better to feel the power of love and trust in that than go through the pain. See the light in all things. And knowledge, it says acknowledge, but I feel this is knowledge as well coming through your self-worth and grace. So the angels are saying you're gaining knowledge all along this journey that helps you to realise who you are, that nobody compares to you, to have your own self-worth, to respect yourself, and to have grace, to be graceful and glide along that lake like the swan, to acknowledge your self-worth, that you are enough, that you are strong, that you are ready, and see the light in all things, to see the good in things, to not take things personally, to bless our enemy. And we may see our enemy as the karmic partner, the situation they're in, the thing that's holding them back, the restrictions, the pandemic, but we have to bless everything and see it through the eyes of love and see the light, because when the wound is open, the light goes in. Rumi said that, so remember the power. I am standing up for what I believe in. So feminines, this is knowing your truth. Being authentic. When someone says it isn't real, you stand up and say, yes, it is real, because what's real is what I feel. So it doesn't matter if someone comes to the channel and says, oh, it's all fake. This isn't real. Move on. We have that in our physical life with friends and family who don't get it. And those people are operating through ego. They want what's best. They think they're helping. But, we know our own path. So it doesn't matter what people think or say or do. It matters how you feel. So you're saying today, I'm standing up for what I believe in. I am shining my light bright. And I love that because, that's the energy coming through with the deer. Look for the light in everything and shine your light bright because you are the lighthouse. And I am trusting, look at this, I am trusting in my divine masculine. Absolutely love it. I feel that's the message of the day. I am trusting in my divine masculine. So today, the thumbnail for the video, I haven't seen any of the other cards yet, but I feel needs to be that. Because that's the deer for love. And that's you saying, I am trusting in my divine masculine. So the divine feminine is saying, I trust him, I trust her, I know all is well, and I am focusing on love. Wow, we've got the bear, guardian of fossils, and look at this. I'm reading these intuitively. The sun is shining, and it's so powerful because, you guys know I'm looking after my mum right now, and thank you for all the love, by the way, and I'm going down 3 times a day. And when I went down this morning, it was super early, and I actually saw the sunrise. And it really caught my attention. It hasn't before. It caught my attention today, and that's what I'm feeling. The sun is rising. So feminines, the sun is rising. Things are getting better. And for me to be asked as well, constantly over the last few days, and especially when I woke up today, to do readings for twins in union, this is a sign of twins coming into union. So this bear is showing you that everything's moving forwards and there's power coming in. And this is the guardian of fossils. And I feel this is who you are, or, the ancient being, because your masculine, remember, is an ancient wise sage, okay? And, or you could say a fossil, because if someone's older, we say, oh, they're a fossil, because it's a kind of old state of being. So this is about knowing that everything will be okay, and you and your twin flame as old souls and fossils are being guarded. Really powerful. We've got the pig, the nurturer of fossils. So you're also being nurtured. And the pig is a great symbol of, perseverance and motivation. That's what they're telling me. This is also about eating everything up. So feminines right now, you may want to have it now. So what I'm feeling is the angels are giving you nurturing energy, saying to you, when you're not having it now, it's to nurture you. So you have to remember that separation heals. And we've got the wolf, the 9 of fossils. The wolf, love this. And the wolf is higher consciousness. And remember, we got Coyote coming through for, in the energy too. So what the angels are saying here is tap in with your intuition and know yourself. And the 9 is about your spiritual power. Tapping in with who you are. Remembering that you are an old soul, that you are a light worker, that you are here to learn and grow. So let's see what the energy is around the connection. So today around the connection, wow, we've got the squirrel always prepared. I love it. And see how everything interlinks and makes so much sense. It all kind of moves in perfectly, these messages. They all resonate with each other. They all link in with each other, always prepared. So number 1, you're being prepared for union. Separation is preparation. It's in the oven baking, you have to give it the time it needs. You're also prepared for anything, so you're paying attention. You're becoming flexible and adaptable within this love. And you are gathering all the information, the knowledge, like the squirrel, to get where you need to be. And remember, this is for the journey, so the masculines are going through this too. So the masculines are working things out, coming to decisions, finding solutions, sorting it out. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. So, you guys as twin flames are experts at working hard, being committed, persevering, carrying on, not giving up. You're experts at that. So you are the perfect shining example of, how to be. This is why as light workers and twin flames, we make perfect entrepreneurs, because we have that dedication. So if you want to become self-employed and work on your mission, you are the perfect person to do that. And so is your twin. If they're lazy where they are, and they can't be bothered, it's not because of who they are, it's because of what they're doing. You notice that sometimes if they're in, the wrong relationship, they're stuck in a situation, they may be doing things where they're not giving their full potential to something or their full kind of focus to something because they're bored or they're frustrated or they're just living day to day instead of focusing on living their mission, which is what you're being guided to do. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. And that's who we are as light workers. We are cheerful and we have this kind of blessing and this kind of, this fun disposition. People say to me all the time, how can you be so positive all the time? And I go through things too, but I'm always trusting in heaven. So I'm always operating in the angelic realm. So whenever I go into darkness, I get pulled out of it quickly by heaven because I put my life in their hands. So, you will be the same. You will be of this kind of fun, uplifted energy and this powerful kind of blessed disposition where sometimes people look at you and think, what is she or he doing? Why can't I be that way? This is why you are a muse, an inspiration, a guide to others, because you are the lighthouse. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. So for the feminines, that's doubt. And that's fear. And for the masculines, that's whatever they're getting involved in. Paying too much attention to their 3D world. And we have to move out of fear. And I have to tell you this because I watched some Colby's yesterday. And, that now you've got this kind of Russian dancer who's in love with Bliss Colby. Okay, Bliss as in Live Your Bliss. Who's obviously an American. And so you've got the cultural divide there. And he actually defected from his country to stay with Bliss. And now there's this other dancer who's trying to get in with him, So she keeps causing trouble. And it just made me think again about how the illusions are. Because what happened was he asked Bliss to go to his apartment at a certain time. And she overheard the conversation. And she kind of went round early. And then when she went, she kind of put the door on the latch. And he went in the shower and she sneaked in and hid in a room. And then when Bliss came, and he opened the door. She came out of the bedroom with hardly anything on. And she's like, Bliss is like, that's it then. So it puts the kind of thing there, that illusion there that they were doing intimate things when there was nothing actually going on at all. So you have to remember, it's all illusion. Your mind can play tricks on you. That's why, feminines, you've got the message there. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from that. And the traps and tricks is the 3D world. The social media posts you see going on. If you see them together and you think it's all wonderful, or if your masculine is even saying to you, I don't care, it's a trap or a trick. Okay, it's designed to create fear and doubt and struggle, and you have to move out of that energy. So don't let life's distractions take you off course. You know what you want, have unwavering faith. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. How beautiful is that? Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. And this is a message for the masculines too, because right now they are trying to plan their future with you. They have a vision of that with you and they're going over it in the mind. And you're planning things already, but just don't force it. Don't bring it in before it's ready. Allow it to unfold. Look at this. I am kindness. And this is beautiful because for the feminines to get the deer, okay, this is the message. I am kindness. You are love. You are kindness. You are compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Don't rush anything, force anything. Allow it to be. I am trusting in the signs, messages and synchronicities that I receive. And this is the masculines too. You're both seeing the signs, you're both getting the synchronicities, you're both receiving the guidance. And we've got the tiger, the guardian of branches. So things are being guarded. So a lot of guardians coming through. Okay, a lot of guardian energy. I feel this is the guardian angels, your guides, ancestors, loved ones. You're being watched over, you are protected. And we've got the octopus, the 8 of shells. And, the octopus has got many different kind of tentacles or arms there. So this is also about choices and changes. Walking away from things to bring better things in. Deciding what to do, feeling the way. So this is about choice. This is what I'm feeling. Decisions, choice, making up your mind, coming to a conclusion, working things out. So the angels are clearly saying today, this love is real. Trust that your masculine will find their way. Trust that when you don't understand them, you don't need to. All you have to do is feel the power of love and focus on that, and then the doors will open and everything will make sense. I hope this helps. Have a great day. Sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon.